Do you know whose throne that is? You probably do, but I'll give you a hint anyways. I'm in Doomstat Latveria. You know who the ruler is? Yeah, that's right. Victor Von Doom, better known as Dr. Doom. Howdy folks, Ken-Man here, and welcome to another episode of YMS vs. the Internet. In today's episode, we're going to talk about Dr. Doom and all the different people he's been pitted against in debates on the Internet. But first, let's find out who Victor Von Doom really is.
Victor Von Doom was born in a gypsy camp in the tiny kingdom of Latveria in the Balkan Mountains of Eastern Europe. Victor's mother, Cynthia, was killed when he was an infant. When Victor was a boy, his father, Warner, a gypsy healer, failed to save the wife of the Latvian baron from dying of cancer. With Victor, Warner fled the baron's retaliation, only to perish from exposure. Victor vowed vengeance on the world for his parents' death. Victor discovered Cynthia's chest of magical artifacts and realized that she was a witch. He developed immense talents for sorcery and also science, eventually winning a scholarship to State University in the U.S. There, he first encountered fellow student Reed Richards. Determined to contact his mother in the hereafter, Doom invented an interdimensional communication device. Richards happened upon Doom's notes and pointed out an error in his calculations. Furious that Richards had invaded his privacy, Doom refused to heed his warning. When Doom activated his machine, it exploded, scarring his face. According to one account, the explosion left only one thin scar, however. Doom's ego could not tolerate a single imperfection in his appearance. Blaming Richards for the accident, Doom made his way to Tibet, where an order of monks helped him forge the metal mask and armor that he would wear in his new role as Dr. Doom. Donning the newly cast mask before it had fully cooled, Doom scarred his face for life. Returning to Latveria, Doom overthrew the monarch and made himself king. As ruler of Latveria, Doom has diplomatic immunity to shield him from many laws. In this role, he invented many devices, including an army of Doombots and a time machine. He also adopted a young orphan, Christophe Bernard, who steps in to rule when Doom is absent. Doom became part of the Cabal after he left over differences with Norman Osborn.
So let's just jump right into it. Alright, first we have Dr. Doom versus Thanos. Alright, let's see what the world has to say about Dr. Doom versus Thanos. Alright, the post heading starts with, we all know that Thanos would annihilate Dr. Doom, no matter how you turn it. But what if Thor decided to give Doom a large portion of the Odin Force, making Doom a Skyfather level being? Now Doom and Thanos are perfectly matched, and neither can overpower the other through sheer power alone. So this battle must be solved through prep. Now that both Doom and Thanos have equal power and resources, they both get unlimited prep. Who is the greater prep master? No IG, Infinity Gauntlet, or Cosmic Cubes? Alright, so going on further into this debate, I'm going to set some standards here. This person is not necessarily keen on saying like, oh hey, Doom's got Skyfather level powers, or he's a Skyfather. It's more that he's just equally matched. So I'm going to proceed onward from here saying that Dr. Doom is on the same power scale as Thanos. Alright, I'm not going to say that he's a Skyfather. This is all really just about prep time, so that's what we're debating on here. The second person says, so you ask who is better prep time guy? Thanos is. Doom and Batman may share second place. That guy's pretty ballsy for saying that, if I do say so for myself. The third guy says, so Thanos is the best prep time guy. Not only is he smarter, but also has better resources. That's not entirely true. In terms of the Marvel Universe, I'd have to say that the smartest guy is most likely Dr. Doom. Also, the best resources? I can't get that to Thanos either. He may have traveled the universe and he's done a lot of things and he's gathered a lot of material, but there's nothing really stopping Dr. Doom from getting his hands on anything that he wants. I mean, if he wants it, he'll get it. Just ask the Beyonder. Woo! Alright, moving on, we got Dr. Doom defeats beings on the level of the one above all with preparation time. Not really. Not the one above all. However, so did Thanos when he beat Evil Pharaoh, who had the heart of the universe, whose name escapes me. The thing about that is that was a non-canon story when he used the heart of the universe to defeat the Pharaoh. We can involve it, sure, that's fine, but I like to stay directly into things that are systematically canonical. So when we bring in the heart of the universe, which is a crazy powerful object, things get kind of twisted. The next person says, Doom wins, and why are there two of the same battle forms? The person below that talks about the forms too. Number 7, so Doom has a small part of the Odin Force, and he has prep. Doom for the win then. This guy seems pretty confident that if there was the Odin Force, he would win. Next person, Claus, you know nothing about Thanos. The next person says, yeah, so your point is, the guy below that is KK, so you don't know what Thanos can do with prep. With Prep, on 3 different occasions, Thanos has been omnipotent and above High Father level and High Cosmic and Abstract level. What Doom has done with that once, and only because with Omniscient God let him do it. Doom wasn't able to stop the omnipotent Pharaoh in Marvel The End. Thanos had little problem with the Pharaoh later in the comic. Again, I'm not really throwing like walls for that one. Doom has a part of the Own Force, and Doom with Prep is capable of a lot. He had stolen the powers of the Silver Surfer, Galactus, and even the Great Beyonder. Well, then again, Thanos has Prep too, so I may change my vote to Thanos, I guess. Alright, so here I'm going to break it down on my end of this bargain. In terms of smarts, I'm going to have to give this one to Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom is smarter. Not because Thanos is just not a smart guy. He's incredibly smart. He outsmarted elders of the universe. He's gotten pretty far in life just from his intellect alone. But Dr. Doom is the smartest guy in Marvel. So, in terms of, it's not saying that one is less than the other, it's saying that one is just way too good. Also, in terms of resources, and if we're incorporating this into Prep time, resources, they both have the same resources, really. They both get a hold of whatever they want. So, in the terms of battle of Thanos versus Dr. Doom, I gotta give this battle to Dr. Doom. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on. We got Dr. Doom versus Magneto. Alright, let's bring Magneto into the mix and see what he has to say. This person says, who wins in a fight, Magneto or Dr. Doom? Excellent. Short, sweet, to the point. I like it. Alright, first guy to comment. Technically, each of them could take the other one out with one attack. This is fairly true, though. Doom is just more prone to do it first. Dr. Doom, 7 out of 10. Alright, that makes sense. The third post, he never takes off his metal armor. Yes, it's got magnet and magical protection, but I wouldn't believe them strong enough to stop an out to kill Mags. Mags. That's a matter of perception, though. Perception, he says. That's my take on it. That being said, in character, we would see Doom do it way more often. Alright, so Magneto, yeah, is incredibly strong. If he wanted to do something all across the electromagnetic plane, he could apply enough force to do it. I mean, the guy has tilted the Earth. So, I'm pretty sure magical property armor, unless it's somehow like disconnected itself from the electromagnetic force, is going to somehow be manipulated by Magneto. Then again, Dr. Doom is an incredibly powerful sorcerer, so he might do something with his magic that would stop some sort of manipulation from occurring. But we don't know entirely. What single attack would defeat Doom? Oh, I don't know, like a trash compactor attack. We don't know. Blood flying out of the orifices of the face. That kind of thing. You can't necessarily say that that won't happen. I mean, what is he going to do? Attack Magneto with a Doom bot? Oh, no! Burn the peasant village. Alright, number 5. What one attack could each use to take each other out? Like I said, Magneto could just trash compactor Doom, and Doom could use any sort of magical affiliation that he has to his disposal to kill Magneto. Because Doom is all about the fact that he combines science with magic, and really in the science aspect of that it's more like technology, but really a lot science. So he could use any sort of like magical gun that he created himself, or staff, or just his suit of armor alone is a perfect combination of magic and current technology. So there's a huge number, one of it being Magneto. He's got just one thing, but he does that one thing very well. And Doom does a lot of different things, and he does a lot of different things very well. Alright, the next one is Magneto would crush Doom like a tin can, literally. I can see it happening, I'm going to be honest with you. Alright, the next one says that you're saying he knows to protect himself but is incapable of doing so well enough to prevent Magneto from killing him. You insult Doom. This is entirely true. Just because Magneto can crush him like a can doesn't mean it's going to be that easy. This is Doom. We're talking the smartest guy in Marvel here. Arguably, that is. Nothing's ever going to be simple. Alright. This person says, yeah, that's what I thought. Magneto crushing Doom like a tin can. And then the person below that, all-out mags has been known to affect matter on a molecular level. This is entirely true. Control the electromagnetic spectrum. Entirely true. Create EMPs. Entirely true. Which technically should disable all electric activity, including muscles and brain functions. The EMPs don't do that, but I like where this person is heading. Yes. If Magneto is written correctly, there's no defense against him. To a degree, yes. I like it. I like it. I like it. Of course, Doom is a master strategist and genius. So is Mags, but to a lesser extent. That's why I give advantage to Doom. He just doesn't take it every time. All right, I'm gonna flip over to my end on this. Yes, this person is correct. Both of them are powerful strategists. Magneto is more of like a political leader in terms of what his strategy is all based around. Not to say that Doom isn't, because he is the king of Latveria, but he doesn't necessarily do everything through his political spectrum. He's more out there trying to find ways to take an advantage or bring power to himself. And that's usually through a scientific method or magical means. And oftentimes, like I said before, Doom is all about the perfect amalgamation of science and magic, which is brilliant. So I'm going to have to give this battle between Magneto and Dr. Doom. I have to give this battle to Dr. Doom. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on and see who Doom's going against. The last competitor is Batman. Wow, this is going to be, this is going to tickle the brain a little bit. We've got two incredibly smart people on this show. Dr. Doom versus Batman. No prep, 1 hour prep, and 1 day prep. Oh, so there's 3 different categories for this one. First person to comment says Dr. Doom, curb stomp. Boom. All right, the next person. Basically, he agrees. The next person, basically. Oh my goodness. Doom overall. Doom, yeah. Doom versus Batman. Doom, 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 but Batman gets me. Oh my goodness. All right, so this we're going to cut this one short, and we're going to come back to me real quick. Wow, the internet didn't have a whole lot to say for Batman, so I'm going to play devil's advocate here for a second. Batman is incredibly smart, and in the DC universe, he's not necessarily the smartest guy, but he's up there. Probably top 10, maybe not top 10, but, you know, he's easily 15% tier right there. I'll give him that. And he's not like Doom, where he's rocking, like, the #1 seat, like, hey, this is my house. But it's Batman! He's incredibly smart. Strategist, it's his game, man. He knows everything. He's a master of it all. Doom is like, yeah, I may not be able to be savvy at it, but I'll figure it out or I'll make a Doom bot do it. Anyways, I'm too smart for this anyways. Battle before me. Batman versus Doom. It's going to come down to who really could outsmart the other one, because it's two incredibly smart people. In terms of no prep and a straight-on fight, here's the thing. Batman's probably a better fighter, is the thing. And if they just smack into each other and like, hey, it's Doom, hey, it's Batman, Batman's probably going to be like, armbar, and subdue him with some sort of electricity sort of device that will knock out Doom, and perhaps that's how it'll go. Unless, like, they run into each other and Batman tries to armbar Doom, and Doom's like, magical spell, and sends Batman into a different dimension. That's how the no prep kind of thing. If we take like the, 1 hour prep, we've got Doom like, well, Doom never really comes after people unless it's super important. So this is probably going to be like Doom defending himself and Batman's coming into his fortress in that very Doomsday. So we got Doom's probably setting up some Doom bots, like, yeah, you just ran into a Doom bot, and then he's going to come out of nowhere and be like, well, this is the real me now. And Batman's going to be like, I calculated that because I couldn't get any pulses from that one. Even though it's supposed to be the likeness of you in every way, that wasn't the real Doom, and I knew that, so I was prepared for you with another trap that I brought in my Batwing, whatever. Although, given the scenario that I just presented, the home field advantage is going to go to Doom. So I'm going to have to probably give the hour-long prep to Doom. In the day-long prep, holy crap, we're going places here. We're going to go from the moon to Saturn to the Savage Lands and underneath the Antarctic Circle, and then we're going to come back to Latveria, and then maybe Gotham City for some reason, because Doom wants to take over the corporate giant that is Wayne anything. Alright, in a day-long thing, they're going to burn through a lot of resources. Both of them have access to almost anything. Not so much. Bruce has got all that, Batman, he's got all that wealth, and they can afford anything that the Earth has to offer, but Doom has magic, and he can go places that Batman can't necessarily get to very easy. So in terms of resources, I would call them even just for like a day's prep. But if we're going to be honest here, there's probably some like nullifier gun that Doom can get a hold of and be like, alright, you're erased from everything. In fighting though, again, I gotta give that one to Batman. So in days long prep, yeah, I'm gonna give this one, In the battle of Doctor Doom versus Batman in a days-long prep, I'm going to give it tie. That's the first time I've done that on this show. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and run down the list of people that we've already had on the show for Doom versus. First of all, we had Doctor Doom versus Thanos. Then we had Doctor Doom versus Magneto. And we had Doctor Doom versus Batman. In Doctor Doom versus Batman, we had a tie. In Doctor Doom versus Magneto, we had Doctor Doom win. And in Doctor Doom versus Thanos, we had Doctor Doom win. Alright guys, that brings the end of this video. But as always, I want to hear what you have to say about this video. Whether you think my ideas have validity, or if you think I'm cuckoo crazy. Of course, I want you to comment down below, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you can get some notifications for us for the next time we have someone on the show. And a sneak peek into the next show, we're going to have the Beyonder, our first Celestial Killer class character on the show. So tune in next time, and as always, YourMove Internet.